She provided for me and helped me through really hard times.
I always remember how she would drive me to play soccer because when I first played soccer for a club team, she would, no matter if it was in a different state or somewhere else, she would always say that she had my back and that she knew I could play well, and she always taught me that I can always be successful, and no matter, I played as a goalkeeper, so she would say no matter my height, I'll always do good.
Risking her life to move here to this country so that she could have a life, so that she could build a life for me and my siblings, for my family, and that's just something that I think I'll always be grateful for.
I had a basketball game and I had the ball and I fell. Someone tripped me and I scraped my knee, and she came over. She screamed out the bleachers. Yeah, it was something I never forget.
One thing I will say is she had my child. She had our son. I'll never forget that. Never forget her being in the room or in the delivery room and just watching her go through the process. So yeah, that's one thing that's stuck in my head.
She will always sing to me before I went to go to sleep.
Fix my posture. She looks at me like this and I immediately fix my posture straight up.
I know that my daughter, for example, when she was in college and she had this difficult training because she is a swimmer. She was crying from training, and the first thing my daughter does is to call her mom, and that is always like breath of fresh air for her.
Overall, the upbringing she gave me and the way she taught us growing up, me and my sister.
Well, I'll never forget the amount of sacrifices that she made for me, stop going to work for me since it was always me and her together. And I love that she would always spend her time with me, and even though I had all my siblings with me, it was always me and my mom.
How to treat people kindly, no matter what they've done to you, no matter how you view them. You must always try to be respectful or kind to them.
She taught me to be strong and to be hardworking because sometimes she would sit me down and just get me to do maybe some math problems or some reading problems. And I feel like that taught me the lesson to work hard, because every single day I go to school and I realize that it's a privilege and that I'm glad to be working hard.
To be courageous and be strong.
Cookie.
Being the light of the house.
Basically all their free time, because they're always working hard for their children. They're always helping in the house with a job, cooking, cleaning, and they put a lot of effort into the family and the household.
They really work hard to pay for stuff that you need, like clothes and shelter. And sometimes you wonder why they work a lot, but then you don't see it.
For my mom, it's a lot of physical work because I see her working a lot, and it makes me sad sometimes, but she works a lot. Even she goes out to work and then she comes home and she cleans and cooks and she does all the things. She sacrifices for us, and I feel like it's not just taking care of the children, it's also physically working too.
They're kind, they show kindness, and they care.
She sacrificed herself, her time, her sleep, her energy to make sure that one, we have food, we have dinner, he's taken care of, his homework is done. A lot of people don't see her behind the scenes and all that she does to make sure we function.
I think always trying to show up to all your events, and people don't recognize that.
Trying to balance home life, work life, that in my mother's case, obviously religious life. It's a real struggle for a lot of people, especially when I'm the son. nowadays anyway, with most families having dual incomes, and we were brought up the same way. So I'm sure that was not the easiest.
I think sacrifices mothers make that people don't see is just their time, the amount of time they put into their children. Like my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom, never worked. She had 5 kids, and just stayed and took care of the kids, and just the housework and the chores and all that. And it was 4 boys, 1 girl, so we were always getting in trouble. And she was just wonderful all the time. She just worked, and we really appreciate it. Looking back now that I have stepkids, I look back now and didn't know how she did it.
Well, it takes a lot of patience to raise children, especially as a mom of 4. That's a lot of patience, 4 times the patience. So I really am thankful for my mom, the amount of patience that she has for all 4 of us.
Probably the funniest moment is when we were making jokes. I made the funniest joke and she cracked out laughing.
My brother, he went down this huge slide and he was scared the whole time, and I always remember my mom always laughing about it a little bit, but also being there to take care of my brother because he was scared after it. But it's funny because of my brother, but it's also nice to see how my mom reacted to taking care of him after.
Sometimes when we're out and about, we'll see something funny. We'll see a person who has on some funny clothes, and we'll just look at each other and laugh, chuckle, and giggle, make it a little joke amongst ourselves.
I went to a carnival and I was going on a game and I fell down and she was laughing for the rest of the time.
Anytime my dad would come home from work, and it would always be late at night, she would go and wake us up just so we can say hi to my dad, and we would knock him on the floor, and she would sit there, record us laughing with my dad.
We used to have a fun game where we would go back and forth and try to not embarrass, but make the other person feel uncomfortable. And nobody really understood it except for us, but it was always funny. It was kind of almost like a staring contest, who's going to look away first. That was always a funny moment.
Unconditional.
Forever.
Endearing.
Awesome.
Unending.
Unconditional.
Unconditional.
Perfect.
Eternal.
Forever.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, because I feel so grateful that she does everything for me every day.
Thank you for everything you've done for me and this family. And even though you may not realize it, or even though you don't feel it, I really do love you. Even though I don't show it sometimes, I really do.
I love you.
I'd like to honor you for all that you do, for being a wife, for being a mother, and just taking care of us, taking care of the household, and making sure we are good. So thank you for being that Proverbs 31. I love you. Yeah, I love you for all that you do.
I say I love her very much, and I appreciate her, even though I don't show it all the time. But I do appreciate her so much.
That I'm very grateful for everything that she has done for me and my family.
I love her very much. Appreciate everything she's done for me. And then she's shaped the person I am today.
So first of all, I'd like to tell her that I always love her and I always respected her. Her voice at home is always being listened to, and that brings everyone together.
But happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. We love you and hope you have a great day.